Hey everyone, it's MusicTechHelpGuy, and today I'm checking out the MOVO HV-M5 dynamic cardioid microphone. This is a $75 handheld vocal mic, although I'm sure it can be used for a range of different applications. It has an on-off switch, so that's nice if you're using this for speaking or live singing and you want to be able to easily cut the mic. Although this can be dangerous if the performer doesn't know what they're doing and they accidentally cut the mic in the middle of the performance. MOVO sent this over to me a few months ago actually, and I've been using it mainly as a talkback mic because in my home studio I don't have a proper talkback mic system, and the switch on it is actually really convenient for using it as a talkback mic for my home studio. The mic itself is a very heavy, sturdy design. It comes with a bag to hold it, so that's nice. It also comes with a mic clip that I've already lost, and although it does come with a microphone cable, this is actually a little disappointing because it's an XLR to unbalanced TS connector. So there's nothing really useful I can do with this in the pro audio world except maybe hook it up to a karaoke machine or something like that. I really wish they had included just a standard XLR to XLR microphone cable. That would have been a much better option. Now, obviously, I can't do a handheld dynamic mic review without comparing it to the classic Shure SM58, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do in this video. The HV-M5 does have a pretty nice sound for a $75 mic. It has a bit more bass reinforcement than the 58 does, and it also seems to handle plosives a bit better. But I think the question a lot of people are going to have is, why spend $75 on a mic if you can just pay $100 and get a Shure SM58? So it's not like there's a huge price disparity here. For my first example, I'll do a quick dialogue speaking test putting the HV-M5 up against an SM58, no effects whatsoever, just a completely dry signal from my voice, and I'm gonna record both of them at the same time right next to each other so you can get the most apples to apples comparison between the two. So I've got both mics up. The SM58 is here, the MOVO is over here. They're right next to each other. The preamp gains are exactly the same. It's the same preamp. There's no EQ, no compression, so let me just do a quick dialogue read here. A synthesizer is an electronic musical instrument that generates audio signals. Synthesizers generate audio through methods including subtractive synthesis, additive synthesis, and frequency modulation synthesis. These sounds may be shaped and modulated by components such as filters, envelopes, and low-frequency oscillators. So now let me try backing off the mic a bit. I'll come a little further back just so we can hear how much bass reduction we get from both mics. A synthesizer is an electronic musical instrument that generates audio signals. Synthesizers generate audio through methods including subtractive synthesis, additive synthesis, and frequency modulation synthesis. These sounds may be shaped and modulated by components such as filters, envelopes, and low-frequency oscillators. All right, and now let's see how the mics handle being talked into really close. A synthesizer is an electronic musical instrument that generates audio signals. Synthesizers generate audio through methods including subtractive synthesis, additive synthesis, and frequency modulation synthesis. These sounds may be shaped and modulated by components such as filters, envelopes, and low-frequency oscillators. Next, I'll do a quick singing example for both of the mics, and I'll do this with and without compression. For the compressor examples, I'll use my Black Lion Audio Bluey 1176 clone.
What have I done? What I've become is all in vain. This search for meaning will only end in failure. I'm breaking down, the weakening, the sickening, drifting further from the life I had hoped for, withered by the strain of living day by day. What have I done? What I've become is all in vain. This search for meaning will only end in failure. I'm breaking down, the weakening, the sickening, drifting further from the life I had hoped for, withered by the strain of living day by day.
By the way, the name of that song is Carry Me Home. It's one of the songs off of my band's new album, Daylight into Darkness. The singer for my band, Right Stripped, is a much, much better vocalist than I. So if you want to support my channel and support my band, go check out the album Daylight into Darkness on all streaming services, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Napster. Is that still around? Is that still a thing? It's on pretty much any streaming service you can find. So go check it out. Right Stripped, Daylight into Darkness. So that's the MOVO HV-M5. It's a nice sounding mic, especially for the price, for 75 bucks. And I'm actually pretty shocked at how similar the HV-M5 and the SM58 sound. Although to get a fair assessment, I'd have to try this out on multiple singers and instruments as well to really get a full idea of how similar they are or pick out some of their more subtle differences. To my ear, the HV-M5 sounds like it has a little bit more bass reinforcement, while the SM58 has a little more mid-range and mid-high range presence, which is why I said earlier I think it would stick out in a live mix better. But on the speaking examples, I tend to like the HV-M5 a little more. It's a very subtle difference though, especially once you add EQ and compression and other processing. My main complaint is that they're charging $75 for a mic, a bag, a clip, and a pretty much useless microphone cable. What I'd prefer they do is just get rid of the microphone cable completely and maybe drop the price of the mic down $10, so then they can really be competitive for people looking to save a few bucks and not get an SM58. Or actually include an XLR to XLR microphone cable and keep the $75 price. But that's just my 2 cents. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. As always, thank you for the support and thanks for watching.